What up, you lab rats? This is episode number 123, and today we're going to talk about the money mindset versus the service mindset. Stay tuned. Hey, welcome back to The Lab, your daily inspiration for creating better content. All right, happy Monday, everyone. Let's talk some motivation. All right, so for this week, I think the theme is going to be masterminding, okay? Because I was incredibly inspired by my first podcaster meetup that I went to, or masterminding meetup that I went to a couple of weeks ago. And I had so many ideas for content that burst forward from that meetup that I had to kind of project them like 3 weeks out. So finally, I get to talk about that podcaster meetup that I went to. I want to I want to thank my friend Addie Sacedo for putting that thing together. I hope I said your last name right. But anyway, the podcaster meetup I think was an extreme success. It was incredibly motivating, inspiring, and just much needed for a podcaster like myself to be in a room full of podcasters and podcast hopefuls, and to be in that environment. And I can't stress to you guys how important it is to find your people, right? To find the people who gel with you, who are kind of struggling and winning on the same level as you. That way you don't feel so alone and isolated. And I feel like I did that for so long, and I didn't know how to reach out and make friends in this new thing that I was doing, which was podcasting and creating content and working from home and all this sort of thing. And so I can't stress it enough how important it is to find your people. All right, so let's get into today's episode today, guys. I want to talk about this money mindset versus the service mindset. Now, when I was in this podcaster meetup, it was obvious to me that, we're all here creating content because we're focused on this goal, which is, we want to have our business discovered. We want to run a business from home. We want to make money, right? We want to be able to support ourselves with this thing that we want to do, this passion that we want. And we all very similarly have a dream, which is attached to creating content or being a podcaster and putting out that content for free, and then somehow leveraging that brand so that we can sell products, get people to come to our events, hire us for speaking gigs, hire us for whatever, right? And so it came very apparent that we all have this, same wavelength. However, I really want to preface and understate, underline the fact that if you get into this business of creating content and doing the sort of thing that we do as podcasters, and then somehow leveraging that brand and asking for something later down the line, you can't be in this money mindset in the very beginning. You have to be in the service mindset. And this is something I want to stress to you guys hardcore, because the moment that you start focusing on the money, and I've said this many times, but I really wanted to dedicate an episode to it and really just hit it home. The moment that you start focusing on money and go, well, what topic is going to make money? Sure, that does play into the equation of what makes a successful business or what makes successful content. However, if that is your only driving factor, it's really not going to carry you through the ups and downs of doing this all by yourself, the ups and downs of running a business. Yet there has to be something in there that is of service and of value for it to be long lasting, because I think everybody's radar is really, really sharp as to if they're being sold something or not. And so this is the business, guys. This is the business of giving and what seems like a lot, right? It seems like a lot to be giving so much on the forefront and not receiving anything back. But that's what it is, guys. That's what it is. It is giving a lot of yourself in the beginning. And I was just talking to Kevin, and we're gonna keep hitting at this issue as the week goes on when I sit down with Kevin to record the Wednesday episode. But it does get tiring to give so much of yourself, and I'm not understating that. That is very much the struggle is real. Okay. I do get tired of giving so much and asking for so little. But that's not the whole point of this. The point of this is that it's not about me. And that is another lesson that I learned in this podcaster meetup, that it's not about me. And then, we already heard that from Josh Trent on the 100th episode of the fear, and how he got over his fear is about focusing that It's not about me. It's about the person that needs to hear it. And Addie also says this as well in her local Lab Rats interview with me in that new video series. And so when we can switch this perspective of like, how do I make money? That's a very important question to ask, and it's something that's still valid. However, I think that comes under the umbrella of how do I serve people, right? How do I serve people? How do I make sure that I'm a beacon and a resource for somebody? That way I do, harness a customer base that loves me for who I am and my authenticity, So I think there's a fine line there between, your motivations of creating content and why you're in this business in the first place is really not to make money. It should be to serve, to be of service. And so I found that out very clearly when I was creating content that was just for me. I realized that got a little bit of traction, and sometimes it helped people and inspired people to go, oh yeah, I was dealing with a bankruptcy, or oh yeah, I was dealing with a bad relationship. But that was it, really, because it was self-centered. And so I couldn't, not too many people could be helped by that content because it was self-centered, And so when you stop focusing on yourself and this very, very monochromatic lens and start to expand it into this technicolor thing of focusing on your audience and going, how can I be of service? Then the game really starts to change. Then you start to see traction. Then you start to see other people resonate and respond and receive the content that you're putting out, which is the whole point, right? So that's something I want to hit home to you guys today, is to switch this money mindset and switch it to a service-based mindset. Money is valid, of course. We're always thinking about how can we make the sale, right? However, that kind of comes secondary to the fact that, are you helping people? Is what you're doing of value and of service? And does it really change lives in a big way or a small way, right? Okay, so that was today's episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, leave a like on this video. And as always, you can join the conversation in the comments. I love getting in the comments. And let's start to make these a little bit more engaging. So go ahead and leave me in the comments what your perspective is. Have you ever caught yourself in the money mindset versus the service mindset? I do this a lot, actually, and I get quite annoyed with myself, but when I can reel it back in and go, okay, how do I bring value? How do I be of service? And it always kind of reels me back, and that's okay. It's okay that you kind of go up and down with it, because you know what? You're battling your own ego. And we talked about ego last week, didn't we? So good things, guys. I really hope you got something out of this today, and happy Motivation Monday. As always, my name is Megan, reminding you to get in the lab. We'll see you next time. Hey, thanks for sticking all the way to the end to watch this. I really appreciate it. We're really lucky to have you here on the Get in the Lab podcast. If you enjoyed what you saw here, I want you to head over to getinthelab.me/join to join my newsletter list. And that's where I send out one email a month and I talk about all kinds of stuff. Personal, helpful tips about personal branding and how to stand out and how to kind of discover your voice and things like that, as well as promos, giveaways, free things, workshops, all kinds of good stuff. So I hope to see you in there, and we'll see you next time. Peace.